Hello and welcome to the Chapter 1 summary of the 4 Intimacies. First, we want to thank you for purchasing the book, but more importantly, we want to thank you for investing in your relationship.
Some of you might have just gotten out of a cold shower after reading the intro, but what we want to do is show you what the 4 Intimacies in action really looks like.
In the intro, you see a couple that follows the 4 Intimacies in the order in which they unlock the love that they desire.
We talk about the 4 Intimacies as a combination lock. Like, you know, those old bicycle locks where there's a 7, a 4, a 3, and a 2. And when we do the intimacy in the correct order, it really unlocks and gives us the fullest expression of what intimacy is.
So first you see them having a great conversation, verbal intimacy. The second, they connect emotionally, emotional intimacy.
Then they experience great steamy physical intimacy.
That's right. And lastly, they pray together and they have this spiritual experience. And really, the spiritual experience is the culmination of all 4 intimacies, of which you'll read about more in the book.
At the beginning of every chapter, we're going to give a summary to tell you what to look for, the key points. And at the end of each chapter, we're going to do a review. So
exactly.
We know that some of you are short on time, so this is not a substitute for reading the book, but
it's an easy way to get through it, though. So in this chapter, we talk about what is a relationship, and it has 4 elements. The first one is time. If you're not spending time together, it's not going to work. The second one is
trust. We need to be vulnerable and we need to take a risk in sharing our feelings.
That's right, and that's how you build trust. The third one is communication, which we talk about is primarily listening, asking good questions, and then speaking clearly. And finally, reciprocity.
So we talk about this relationship as a 3-legged stool that has a seat on it. So without one of the legs, the thing falls over. And without a seat, nobody wants to sit there.
Exactly. So that's a relationship. And you can ask the questions. Are we spending time? How's our trust level? Are we communicating? And does this feel reciprocal? Now, the other thing that we talk about is love. What is love, baby?
Love is a choice. We direct our attention and affection towards another.
That's right. It's 1,000 tiny choices every single day. And finally, what is intimacy? The word that scares so many people. We realize that intimacy involves sex, but it doesn't begin there and it doesn't end there. But what is intimacy?
Intimacy is an extreme sense of closeness or oneness with another person.
Right. It's really being on the same page with each other. And it has 3 elements itself. The first one is yielding.
So at times we don't forget about our voice, but at times we pause so that we can give our full attention. We can really connect emotionally with the other person.
Right, like a truck coming through a yield sign, right? It doesn't lose its power, but it does yield it so that other people can experience the yield, the crossroads, right?
Right.
The second one is intimacy is exclusive. If you think that you're going to be intimate with all kinds of people, that's not going to work.
Right. And the last one is reciprocity. So in all things, that's what keeps it going, this equal give and take.
That's right. And so as you read through chapter 1, look through what's a relationship, search for the meaning of love or the definition of love, and then finally
the definition of intimacy. And we really want you to get this image of the combination lock. It's verbal, which when we have really deep conversations with somebody, you feel an emotional connection with. When you have an emotional connection, then that leads to physical intimacy. And like we said, spiritual is a couple things. It's the culmination of all the intimacies, and it's also bringing God into the relationship.
Right. So thank you for watching this chapter 1 summary. We look forward to seeing you in the review in a moment.
Thanks so much.